Welcome to our June 2025 Calgary real estate market update. The big story this month is a significant shift driven by rising supply, which is finally providing more choices for those considering their housing options. However, this also means price adjustments are well underway, particularly for certain home types. This dynamic also presents unique opportunities for both buyers and sellers in our market. Looking at the overall market, inventory levels in June continued to rise from both last month and last year, reaching nearly 7,000 units. This brings us back to levels seen in 2021 before the recent surge in population growth. This increase is largely due to higher levels of new listings compared to sales. As a result, the months of supply for the entire city just pushed past 3 months of supply. So we're just entering into the balanced market territory. This is a notable improvement over the tight conditions that we've seen here in the last several years. While total sales in June were just shy of 3,000 units, which is a decrease of about 16.5% if you compare year over year, we are still remaining consistent with long-term trends despite the recent monthly declines in the marketplace. The unadjusted benchmark price for all residential properties in Calgary was $586,200 in June. This is lower than last month and over 3% lower than last year. Now let's break down the property type and explore where the opportunities lie in this current market. For buyers, this shifting market brings welcome news. More supply, more choice, more negotiating power. Again, leverage for the buyers. The prime opportunities are currently in the apartment and townhome segments. These segments have decisively shifted towards more of a market that favors buyers. This is again because the fundamentals of supply and demand play a big factor in the housing market. So more supply, less demand means more negotiating power for you, the buyer. In the apartment segment, we have nearly 4 months of supply. So again, we're now creeping into more of a buyer's market, and the benchmark price for this segment in June was $333,500, which is over 3% lower than last year. Now, what contributes to this? Again, lower migration to Calgary, particularly weighing on this segment, contributing to a more favorable buyer condition. Now for townhomes, also offer strong opportunities with over 3 months of supply. The benchmark price in June was $450,300, which is again also 3% lower than last year's level. When looking at specific districts, areas like the Northeast are experiencing conditions that are strongly favoring the buyers, leading to steeper price declines around 4 to 6% year over year for various property types. North and Southeast districts have also seen the largest year over year declines for apartment prices. If you want the best opportunities, this is perhaps the area and the segment that you want to target if you want to have the negotiating powers. Now for sellers, while the market is adjusting, there's still strong opportunities, especially for specific home types and locations. And it's important to remember that significant price growth over the past 4 years have not erased. Detached home prices have remained relatively stable, with the benchmark price at $764,300, which is pretty much the same as what it was last month and last year. Conditions for detached homes are considered balanced. Another segment that is performing really well from the perspective of a seller is a semi-detached segment, where the benchmark price is sitting 1% higher than last June, and it's sitting at $696,400. The conditions for semi-detached segment is considered balanced. When we're looking at specific districts, the city center has seen semi-detached prices at record levels, over 3% higher than last year. The city center has also seen the most price stability for townhomes, being only 1% below last year's peak. The West and Southeast districts even reported year-over-year gains in the detached sales activity. Now, outside of Calgary, regions like Okotoks still maintain tight conditions, with their benchmark price nearly 3% higher than last year. Cochrane's benchmark prices is also nearly 1% higher than last month, and 4% higher than last June, indicating continued price increases. Navigating this evolving market requires expert insight. Whether you're buying or selling, understanding these nuances is key to making informed decisions. Connect with the Justin Havre Real Estate team for a personalized strategy to capitalize on these opportunities. We're here to help you achieve your real estate goals. Make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment on these videos as we continue to bring you more insights on the Calgary real estate market. See you next month.